Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Medicham. Medicham on team number 3 from my top 5 best teams for the Great League. It was on the lead in that original video, but we are tucking it in the back along with Lanturn. Still very strong despite the Season 16 rebalance. Lanturn's still about as good as it gets. People are countering Lanturn as well, particularly with Superior. You gotta protect it from Superior. And also on this team, Lickitung on the lead. Originally was in the back, but everyone is looking to counter Medicham on the lead, it seems, and Lickitung beats most of them. Yeah, we had to make the adjustment by putting Licky on the lead in response to all of the Deoxys leads we've been seeing. Speaking of, here we go, right here, Deoxys on the lead. Lickitung, as many of us may all know by now, does quite well up against Deoxys on the lead. We're going to go for the Body Slam here. That's what you do in neutral situations where Body Slam and Grass Knot are both neutral. And they're going to throw their move here, letting this go. They can play this a number of ways. Generally, they will Psycho Boost and dip, but this one is in here for the long haul, it seems. So we're going to go for another Body Slam and see what they want to do. They shield. That's beautiful. We'll take that. We will take a shield advantage, no problem, because Licky did the job. There's likely an Umbreon in the back, so we don't really need Licky anymore. Anyways, so we just come in with Medi. The DD is low enough to handle. There's the Umbreon there, and we're going to put Lanturn on this Umbreon. Umbreon down to shield does not beat Lanturn at all, so we are A-okay here. They are running Dark Pulse, does a little bit more damage, but that's okay. It's not going to matter up against our very, very tanky rank 1 Lanturn here. Gonna go for the Thunderbolt here and look to play out this Umbreon matchup. At this point, I'm reading Dugong in the back. That's the most common line when you see Deoxys on the lead, Dugong and Umbreon in the back. Seeing the Umbreon here, it could be a Licky as well. That could be problematic, but it's generally going to be a Dugong. Dugong, ironically, a little bit more accessible than Lickitung as well. So they are putting up a fight here, going for that Dark Pulse, and now it is looking really good. Medi up a shield, beats just about the entire meta, no problem. And there's the Dugong right on cue. So the team read was spot on and accurate. Letting Licky go down was fine in exchange for a little bit of energy. They are going to expend their final shield here, but it's just not going to help them. That Deoxys is not healthy enough to handle our Medicham here. Gonna let this go, just the Icy Wind debuff. And that's okay. They can lower the attack all they want. They throw Deoxys in to absorb this Psychic. Because we're debuffed, we elect to throw this right away. It still doesn't KO, but we get one counter out of the deal, putting us that much further ahead. And this Dugong does not have a prayer. We will begin to start shielding here, and all we need to do is get to a Psychic. Although double debuffed, this Dugong is definitely low enough. We throw a few extra counters just to make sure, and we are saying bye-bye to the Dugong with a shield to spare. Medicham doing Medicham things, closing the game strong. You'd love to see it. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, making the adjustment by putting Licky on the lead to how people are responding to Medi on the lead was definitely the way to go. And here we go, Charm, A9 on the lead here. Gonna stay right here. For now, at least, because they likely have a Basti or Carbank and a Medi in the back. This is a team where they try to charm you into oblivion, and they will give up shields to control the alignment. But we are willing to give the shields as well, knowing that we have a Medi in the back. We want to put in work and get this A9 as low as possible. They're forcing another shield out of us, but we want to get to the back-to-back. But they see what we're doing, and they actually pivot into a Deoxys. So that was very interesting to see. What we're going to do is just chip this Deoxys down, rip off these Body Slams on the Deoxys, and then look to align Lanturn onto this, because at this point, I'm still thinking there's a very strong possibility that there is a Basti or a Carbank still in the back. And we don't need shields if that is the case for our Medicham. So they're going Psycho Boost. That was very interesting to see. And we do survive another Psycho Boost, especially a debuffed Psycho Boost here. So I'm going to let these go, exchange a little bit of HP for loaded energy here. That's what we're looking to do. We can't fully spark down without having to tank another Psycho Boost, so we're going to throw the Surf here, and we do have the energy. There's the Basti. They want to absorb the damage on the Basti and perhaps save the shield for the A9. That is what I'm reading with their play pattern here, and that's okay because we're doing super effective, and the sparks are going to begin to add up on this Basti here. Going to go for another Surf here and chip away at the Basti. They pivot back into the A9. We get a few extra sparks in here. So now I'm calculating. I'm thinking maybe I want to negate that final shield altogether. Gonna throw Licky in. We got those counters in to get it low enough, and we knew that rank 1 Licky would come in clutch with the bulk and be able to lick that thing down, and that Basti doesn't have a prayer with a healthy Medi. Had to really strategize accordingly for that one, but good game, well played to them. And if you're a member of my Discord, you will know that I recommended making the Licky lead adjustment very, very early on in response to leads like this here. Deoxys, another Deoxys lead. It is absolutely insane how many people are leading Deoxys this season, but we've seen this story before. We do quite all right here. We win all even shields as well as the zeros, so we are fine. They could stay in here all they want, especially knowing that we have a Medi in the back. So we're just going to look to play this out and go for yet another body slam. This doesn't quite KO, but 1 lick will take them out if they do decide to let it go. But they shield. Another Deoxys shielding the Licky lead. That's okay. We're going to play this out the same way we did in the first Deoxys matchup here. So they're debuffed, so we're actually going to come in with Medi, reading that there's a Dugong in the back, right on cue. There it is, as well as perhaps an Umbreon. There could also be a Licky, but it's generally Umbreon. So we're going to fire off this Psychic here, not debuffed, and they let it go. That's beautiful. We'll take that. We will take that 1000%, and we will absorb this Icy Wind here. No big deal. This will just allow us to get even more farm with the debuff with our super effective counters. And we're still relatively healthy, still up a shield. That Deoxys relatively low enough for Medicham to handle for sure. But they insta-throw. We're actually going to shield this. We're going to shield this, preserve the health, and then bank the energy, come in with Lanturn, spark this thing down. Now, there could be an Umbreon, but no, it's a Steelix. Oh, that was so cool to see. Guys, this is my Steelix team that I featured very early on when Season 16 first dropped. I showcased this team, and shouts to them, running my Steelix team from earlier this season. But again, it's not going to make any difference whether it was Umbreon or Steelix. My Steelix team, we're still going to do quite all right here. So we do go for the Surf. That is super effective, of course, and we actually choose to shield here. I think this is the appropriate play because that will allow us to get another super effective Surf off with Stab. Despite the debuff, it's going to be doing some meaningful damage because our switch clock is up. We've got loaded energy, and we're going to rip off this neutral Ice Punch here, which will seal the deal. We're saying bye-bye to the Steelix, courtesy of Medicham, yet again coming in clutch to close strong for us. That's going to be yet another good game, well played. Medicham on team number 3 from my top 5 best teams, always very, very strong in the Great League. And here we go, up against Azumarill here with our Lickitung. This is good for Licky, of course. My concern is that Licky may have to put in some overtime because an Azumarill lead often has 2 ghost types in the back, traditionally Sableye and Trevenant. If you want to go classic, it's Sableye and AWAC, but that has long been buried. So we do shield. Very uncommon to see a trainer shield their Lickitung, but we do, expecting some sort of grass in the back. They have a superior. The grass that I was thinking, of course, was Trevenant, so we're going to align Medi here. And they are playing this correctly. I see so many people play the Medi Superior matchup incorrectly. If they're the Superior, they just go straight Aerial Ace. You do need a Frenzy plus an Aerial Ace, by the way, guys, if you run Superior and you find yourself on a Medi. So we're going to actually shield this here, and we need to get more damage in. That's what we need. So we're going to go for the Ice Punch here, expecting the shield. We don't win CMP tie as Medicham up against Superior, so we throw just one just before they get to the Aerial Ace, and they are wisely over-farming here. Good on them for that. They're playing this out beautifully, and they are going to take us out with that Aerial Ace. We just wanted to put in enough work, because any Pokemon with a Community Day move, if you let them get too out of hand, it can be problematic. We say bye-bye to the Superior because we were very close to a Body Slam, and they top left as they come back in with the Azu. I don't know what they had in the back. Maybe they did have a Sableye, but we will never know. Good game, well played to them. Hey guys, I'm here to let you know, team number 3 puts in the work 1000% in the Great League. And here we go, another Deoxys lead. My goodness, you love to see it. If you lead Licky, you make the adjustment that I recommended on my Discord. If you're not yet a member, link in the description, guys. Definitely worth hopping in and come by and say hi to us. But we've got this DD here. They do tank the first Body Slam, and they're going to throw a move here. We do let this go. Again, I've been seeing a lot of Deoxys shield, but no, they've got a Nidoqueen. Oh my goodness. That completely threw me for a loop. I have not seen one of these in ages. Holy smokes. But here it is, and we react with our Lantern. Going to shield up the Earth Power and look to go for the Surf. Honestly, guys, I did not prepare for a Nidoqueen. That is just not a Pokemon that you see in this modern Great League meta. So I was a little rusty on my matchup here, especially with the rebalance on Lantern. I wasn't quite sure of the matchup, but they do let the first Surf go. There's no way that we're sparking down. I do believe perhaps if we play out the 2s, we will outpace, but I don't know what they have in the back. And at the time I was thinking we got it low enough to where we can just get rid of it here with Lickitung. We do have to take some Shadow Poison Jabs in the process, but Licky is up to the task, about as tanky as it gets. So with the DD on the lead and a Nidoqueen in the back, there could still be an Umbreon. That's an old school team comp, so I decided to let Licky go, but no, it's not an Umbreon. It's a nerfed Altaria. Holy smokes, there's no way on earth that we could have ever read Altaria and Nidoqueen behind DD. Holy smokes, that was, oh my goodness. This is really, really crazy to see. 2 nerfed Pokemon behind DD. You could never read that team comp in 1,000 years, but we're going to go to the back-to-back here just in case they want to shield. But I'm concerned that our Medi is getting too low in the process here. I'm going to go for this Ice Punch. They do shield, which is good because we had another one locked and loaded here. This will obviously allow us to say bye-bye to the Altaria, and we maybe should have thrown a couple of additional counters, but I still don't think that an Ice Punch would have been enough, even if we were close enough to it. So yeah, couldn't quite get this one done. Yeah, that backline really got us, but good game, well played to them. Medicham on team number 3 from my top 5 best teams. Easily one of the best teams you can run in the Great League. And here we go. Azumarill lead. That's a good lead for us, but they safe swap a Superior. We saw this play out in an earlier battle here. So I wasn't expecting something like this so soon. So we're actually going to throw a Body Slam. They do let that go, and we're going to tank a potential Frenzy Plant here. And then we're going to align our Medi here on the back. So there's a Grass here. I'm thinking this is the best alignment for Medicham. I don't know what else could be in the back. I'm thinking maybe a Sableye. So going to align Medi here. We do tank an Aerial Ace. I think you generally want to go Frenzy Plant first, because it's not likely that a Medicham trainer will shield the first move. And we do take them out before they get to another move here. Still relatively healthy. They could come back in with that Azu. They swapped instantly, and they do. We do have some residual energy, and we're going to look to go for the Psychic. This is why you'll want to be running Psychic Ice Punch for Azumarill, guys, which is everywhere. If you're running a Fighting-type charge move, you are out of luck if you're met with an Azumarill. But there's a Trevenant here. Holy smokes, they pivot into a Trevenant, so it wasn't a Sableye. So still just works just the same if you have a Medi. So aligning it onto that Superior was the play for sure. And now we bring Licky in. I'm so glad that they presented this thing, knowing that we have a Lanturn lurking in the back. Oh my gosh. So yeah, generally Licky has to put in overtime on an Azu lead, but Licky with the bulk is absolutely up to the task. And we are shielding because we don't need shields when we do align our Lanturn onto that Azumarill. So just going to shield everything here. Nothing KOs, but having a healthy Licky is never a bad thing. And again, we don't need the shields for Azumarill. Going to just go for a double resisted body slam, grab that final shield, and they are taking full advantage of the misaligned switch clocks, which is fine. Ours should be coming up pretty soon here. Play rough, doesn't KO, rank 1 Licky. Holy smokes, Licky. An absolute monster in the Great League. And upon seeing Lanturn, they do top left. Not completely over, but it was basically over. Good game, well played to them. Team number 3 from my top 5 best teams was so strong. A very strong and balanced team. And here we go. Medicham lead. A little bit different from Deoxys. Medi, of course, can actually beat Licky in the 1s. But we do actually beat Medicham in the 2s and 0s, which is absolutely insane. That's the power of Lickitung in the Great League. Arguably the best Pokemon in the Great League, I'm going to be honest. So we shield this. I know a lot of Medis are now running Dynamic Punch, so we do shield out of caution just in case that was a Dynamic Punch. But now that we know that they're running Psychic and seeing them shield, we're going to cut the losses. We don't win the 1s. We're just going to let this go and look to bring in our own Medi here. To get a nice healthy farm. As for what they could have in the back, they very well could have their own Licky in the back. This could be the original alignment of Team 3 that I recommended in my top 5 best teams video. There's the Licky. So at this point, I'm thinking there could very well be a Lanturn of their own in the back. We do have the energy lead on this Licky. Gonna go for the Psychic. They do shield, likely fearing a Dynamic Punch from us. So that was very interesting to see. I do believe we let this go because we do live a body slam and we will make it to another Psychic. They knew that, but they make a very clutch catch. Holy smokes, what a catch by them. Onto a Reggie, nonetheless. My goodness, hats off to them. That's a brilliant catch. But we've got a Lanturn here, up a shield. Focus Blast, Zap Cannon, those are the 2 hardest hitting moves remaining in the game. So this is a very good shield here, even though we do survive. We get a very unfortunate attack drop, but the increased spark damage really comes in clutch for this Reggie matchup. I'm not going to lie, guys. So we do get off that Thunderbolt there, has been debuffed, so obviously not doing as much damage. And we need energy. We survive this. They go Focus Blast there. Very interesting. We need energy. That's why we're over farming. Now we go for the Surf, and they make another insane clutch catch. Holy smokes, they're playing out of their mind here. My goodness. But we're debuffed, so we knew we had that Medi to clear that debuff. And now we go for the fully powered Thunderbolt here. It's not quite going to be enough, but the Sparks should get the job done. They are not at a Power Whip. They just don't have the HP remaining to get there. This is just a body slam. Rank 1 Lanturn survives and sparks down the remainder of the team. Holy smokes. What a close and exciting battle. That was a good one. That was a lot of fun. Good game. Well played to them. Oh, man. What a back and forth battle in that last one. That was a fun one. But here we go. Shadow Gligar. This is precisely where you want to see it. They safe swap a Greedent. I was a little slow to swap. But that is okay. Even with a slight energy lead, Greedent does not stand a chance up against Medicham here. The body slams, they do come very, very fast. Lightning fast, but they don't hit particularly hard. So we're okay here. Gonna let them get us pretty low. We don't want to give that Gligar too much farm, and we're gonna look to throw the Psychic here on the CMP. I was thinking this should just about KO the Greedent, but it hangs on by 1 HP. Holy smokes, long enough to get off another body slam, but that's okay. We'll get one more counter out of the deal, which will put us that much closer to a double super effective Ice Punch to hit this Gligar with. We hang in there long enough to get off the Ice Punch. They could shield this, but they do survive. Not comfortably, but they do. Does quite a bit, about 70% of their health. And they've got an Oinkologne in the back. Holy smokes. Oh, what a fun team. Oh my goodness. Oinkologne in the back. This is the first one that I've encountered in the Great League. Oh man. I was wondering how to tackle this one here because it does have access to Trailblaze, but we do elect to align Lanturn onto it. I'm thinking we'll do okay in the twos. So that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan here. Again, another matchup that I was not familiar with, understandably so. Very fun Pokemon. I do have one. I have a bunch. I've got 2 for Great League and a rank 1 XL for Ultra. So if I do ever decide to get around to building, I'll be all set. So we're shielding the Trailblazes, which are hitting for super effective. So, and we're bulky enough to tank the boosted counters with stab from this thing. Gonna try and get to a Surf, but they do win CMP tie. This is just a body slam. I wasn't sure if a double boosted body slam would do it, but it does. Oinkaloon does hit pretty hard, one of the harder hitting normal types in the meta. And we are just going to get rid of this thing. I don't want to mess around with it. We say bye-bye to the little piggy, knowing that the Gligar was quite low and that one move from Gligar does not KO us, and we will get to this body slam here. So yeah, what a fun team! My goodness, I've got to try out my piggy. I've got some good ones lined up. I've got to give them a try. But we're saying bye to the Gligar, nonetheless, courtesy of Lickitung. Man, that was a tricky one to tap dance around, but we got that one done in the end. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, that piggy does look like a lot of fun. I'll definitely have to give it a try myself. But here we go, Quagsire, non-shadow. So not ideal for them. You definitely want to be running the shadow if you can, but not everyone has a shadow. And I wanted to wait for a catch. I just felt it in my bones. Gonna chip this. It's a Golbat, shadow Golbat, because I was thinking chip damage would allow me to fully farm down before they could make it to both a Shadow Ball and a Poison Fang. I don't want to be debuffed because I want to have loaded energy to threaten that Quagsire. I was hoping we should just about survive a non-shadow mud bomb here. And rank 1 hangs on with a fraction of HP. Holy smokes, those rank 1 IVs coming in super clutch, allowing us to put in some work up against that pretty tanky Quagsire here. That worked out about as well as it could. Making a team read here, there's definitely going to be something in the back that Medi doesn't want to see. So we're going to align it here. They had a Shadow Golbat in the back. Not sure what else it could be, but I had a very strong feeling that it was something that Medicham did not want to see. So that's why we are aligning this here, making a hard team read. I have no idea what it could be. And we're going to go for the Ice Punch here on this Quagsire after tanking all of the mud bombs, and they do let it go. And there it was. It was another poison type. I really didn't know, but I knew it was something that Medi didn't like, and it indeed is. But we can fight back against this one with a Psychic. They do shield, and now it's Licky time. It is Lickitung time if I've ever seen it. We got the shield. We are very healthy, and we're going to do okay here. The question is, how long do they want to stick this out? Because down a shield, they don't have a prayer up against Lickitung. But we will shield everything. They're going to go for the Sludge Wave here. And you do want to be going for the neutral body slams up against something like a Toxapex here. Both moves hit for neutral. Body Slam it just has stab and is more energy efficient, of course. They're going to throw another move, and we're going to shield this. Now, at this health range, I'm thinking plus the licks. We just want to get to back-to-back. It looks like they're putting up a fight here, so that is okay. We are at the back-to-back. I'm sure they're going to shield this. It seems like they've resigned to going down with the ship, and that is okay. This Body Slam should not KO, and they will make it to a move, but Licky will lick it down to where Medicham will clean it up. No problem here. Their move shouldn't KO either, but I don't think... Oh, it does. Yeah, the Sludge Wave does KO, but it's okay. We counter down. And that was 90 Night Sleep tight for that poor Toxapex. A valiant effort. Good game. Well played to them. And that is the team, my friends. How about team number 3 from my top 5 best teams for the Great League? So, yeah. This team is the real deal, my friends. Originally, I had Medi on the lead in my top 5 best teams video, but When the league actually did drop, guys, I saw an alarming number of Medicham counters on the lead. First and foremost being defense form Deoxys. If you lead Medi in this type of meta where everybody's leading Deoxys, it seems, or Gligar, or you name it, to counter Medi, there you're going to run into it. So Licky just made perfect sense, making the adjustment to put Licky on the lead. That's the beauty of this team. The flexibility allows you to lead with just about any one of these three Pokemon and still do very well. But we made the Licky adjustment on the lead because there are just so many Deoxyses, and Licky will win lead up against just about the entire Great League meta. Which allows you to stay in, grab shields. Very flexible, very strong, very balanced team in team number 3 here. So yeah, guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.